This video was brought to you by NCIX. Great technology, selection, and service.
Hello everyone, this is Dmitry with Canucks, and it's been a while since we've seen a truly unique chassis, both in design form and the specific functionality that form helps to achieve. So today we're taking a look at this. This is the Corsair 380T. It's bold, it's portable, and it's yellow. Priced at $140, you are most certainly obliged to find other uses for this mini ITX case. For example, in this scenario, as a boombox with the fully filtered side panels that allow sound to escape seamlessly. But don't worry, you can store your lunch in there too with easy pop-out side panels to access your veggies, because who doesn't want such an awesome lunchbox? Plus, we've got a soda can in there to get your refreshment and a convenient spot to put it in the CPU cutout once you're done with it. But on a serious note, the 380T is one-of-a-kind species with one-of-a-kind purpose to be transported easily with a sturdy and a rubberized top handle. Although it's not afraid to be large and bulky for a mini ITX enclosure. It's much wider than my H440 mid-tower, and it's pretty much the same size as the Air 240 that is a micro ATX chassis. And so starting with the color, I personally love the yellow. It's not something we encounter often in the case market unless you color it yourself, but it's vibrant and it's super fun. The plain boring white and black options are of course available, but let us know how you feel about the Bumblebee approach with the comment below. The front panel is removable, that has a built-in dust filter, behind which a 140mm fan is included, with few other options available for front intake such as dual 120s or a single 200mm fan. All of the connections are located up top that are easily accessible and very simple to route internally, with two USB 3 ports, power and reset buttons, and a fan controller for 3 fans that are SATA powered, and the entire panel illuminates with nice white accents around the fan controller button and also the rest, plus matching illumination at the top and the front intake fan for this to be not just your yellow themed case, but with built-in lighting to really show it off. Coming to the back, we get the 140mm exhaust fan and support for mini ITX boards with 2 PCI brackets that use a clamp down approach to secure the GPU, with an option to fully secure it with a screw as well. The case stands on large and wide rubberized feet, plus a removable power supply dust filter is included that is also color-coded yellow. Both side panels are partially filtered mesh to allow optimal airflow, with acrylic pieces up top to reveal the internal hardware. They are removable with a simple hinge system that keeps them secured quite well, and these have to be the most sturdy side panels we've seen from Corsair in a while, with almost no flex, and finally the quality you'd expect at such a high price point. So internally we find an open concept with chamber separation and slight modularity. For example, the drive cage in front of the power supply has 2 drive caddies that are nothing special with SSD mounts. This cage can be removed with a single thumb screw if you require that additional room for a longer power supply, but we get a total of 180mm of clearance, so stick to 160mm units to avoid any cabling issues. There's dual SSD cage on the side that is totally toolless with extremely simple mounting and optional cutouts to properly secure your SSDs, but this side makes no sense for wiring, especially since the drives in the front cage are facing the back, and it's too bad you cannot relocate this SSD cage to the other side. All of the case cables are black, and we do get several cable tie points in the main chamber. GPUs up to 12 inches are supported, and there's nothing on the way for those 2 PCI brackets, so enthusiast cards will be supported out of the box no problem. On the other side, we get a 240mm radiator bracket that is removable for easier installation, and we've seen this approach before with the Obsidian 250D that in this compact package allows the utilization of an all-in-one liquid cooler. Nothing can be installed up top, but there is a light switch for internal illumination that is easily accessible and provides that extra flair, although multicolor options would have been more appealing for different builds and also at this price price point, it's something of an expectation. So getting on with the installation, the power supply is installed from the back with a bracket, and connecting those SSDs is a bit awkward as you do have to route SATA cables on both sides of the chassis. I've installed a 120mm all-in-one cooler on the bracket, and thickness wise there's no more room, so you cannot do push-pull in the 380T, just a set of fans and a standard radiator. However, if you are thinking of a CPU tower, anything taller than 150mm will not fit. Now there is quite a bit of room on the side of the motherboard that is left underutilized. It's just plain space that could have housed an additional SSD or even potentially be removed for a front radiator installation, but that is unfortunately not an option. I was able to properly route the cables from the power supply, and just simply tucking them to the side does the trick. And there are many spaces to route the cables, like underneath the drive cage or from the openings in the motherboard tray, so that portion is done very well. And thanks to the wide frame, closing the side panel is not an issue at all, even with leaving the cables to their own devices basically. And with the GPU in place, the 380T feels complete and ready to go on the road without issues of filtration thanks to this open mesh design and intake delivery from the front. And while I like the simple and fan-free design up top that allows a slight peek into your hardware, a few extra fan spots would have made this a total cooling powerhouse. So in short, the 380T is one of the few portable cases that's bound to get noticed at a LAN party given its out there frame design and practical door hinges, although without any anti-theft locking mechanism. The lighting feature is nice and the case can handle a beefy mini ITX system. However, the form itself is not compact, regardless of the inclusion of the portable handle. It's wide, it's tall, and internal layout is far from efficient. Plus, at this price point, they are really trying to go against the value current. And it's clear that Corsair's goal wasn't compact and functional, but rather portable and large enough for a comfortable system. And I think for many builders that would be fine. However, it will be nice to see the focus shift towards space efficiency and minimizing the internal frame while allowing all the same features as these bigger cases. So how do you feel about the 380T? Not just from the portability factor, but as a mini ITX offering in general. And it would be interesting to see how the market reacts towards these types of bold designs. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.